Okay, Sven, so you're going to come off that ramp to the right of the trees, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
And then, you'll want to finish that turn. You don't want to just take it fall line, because it looks like there's a wee bit of a cliff under there, so kind of J-turn your end.
I'm going to throw a snowball just to make sure we're on the right spot.
Right on that snowball is the money shot for sure.
Okay, send it.
If you're a backcountry skier, showing up at Backcountry Magazine is like going to the Super Bowl. But showing up on the cover of Backcountry Magazine is like being Super Bowl MVP. When I was a kid, I started looking at every skier in the magazine and how they angulated their turns and what gear they were using. And I knew right then and there that I wanted to make a life in pictures.
Dude! Sven! It's you, bro! Hell yeah! Thank you, sir!
A life documented in skin tracks, face shots, and fresh powder defines Sven Brunso's career as a skier. A novel of epic photographs that have graced the covers of over 100 magazine issues and over 2,000 images that fill the pages between. Ski Magazine has claimed he is the most photographed skier in history, and by all accounts, Sven Brunso is the hardest working man in the snow business. What does it take to carve out a legendary career on the slopes when you grew up far from the mountains with parents who never skied? For Sven Brunso, the answer lies in his indomitable spirit and relentless pursuit of excellence, which kept him on the pages of magazines for over 3 decades.
Yeah, where skiing really took hold for me is when I was 9 years old. I went to Christmas in Indianapolis, Indiana. Amazingly enough, my cousin at the time worked in a ski shop, and for a Christmas gift, he gave me a pair of skis and boots and ski poles. And I skied this hill behind their house probably 50 times. I skied until I was completely exhausted. I walked in and crawled into bed still in my ski jacket and fell asleep. And I knew I was hooked at that point. My dad was super supportive. He knew I really loved it. And he said as long as I could make enough money to buy the lift tickets, that he would pay for the gas and he would take a couple Saturdays or Sundays a month and take me to the ski area. And every time I was on the mountain, if I was getting tired and it was 3:30, I'd think back to, wow, I have another half hour I can ski. That's 2 more lawns that I have to mow to get back here and do it again. So it made me ski bell to bell and milk every minute I had on the mountain.
You know, I think if you were a photographer that came in from out of nowhere and you got assigned to work with Sven, you might be in for a bit of a ride.
I have no idea how many issues Sven's been in, but it's a ton. So the dude knows how to ski in front of the camera, and it shows with his volume of work.
He is just an animal.
A perfectionist.
He's persistent, he's persuasive, and he wants to get his images published.
I told you I'd be alright. It's just a matter of time, it's just a labor of love.
Picture this. While most of us are still hitting the snooze button, Sven's already halfway up the mountain, chasing that perfect shot with the fervor of a man possessed. From dawn till dusk, he's out there, relentlessly seeking pure moments frozen in time.
I'm obsessed with getting the perfect shot. It was like a drug. I was addicted. I just wanted to have it again and again. But the reality is the amazing shots. You get one chance to do it.
It's finally snowing again.
You look at snow, and it's a finite resource, and you can ski something once, and if you don't nail it, you got to come back the next day when the snow is refreshed.
All right, so Sven, like you were talking about, we'll do the first shot just coming up here, and I'll probably shoot wide as you're below me here.
And if the skier's not ready for that, the shot is not going to happen.
I will come around the shaggy Christmas tree skiers, right?
All right, Sven, send it. No, you got to, it's the video. You got to go, fuck yeah, dude, you nailed it, bro. I said, that's all the love you're ever going to get.
No, I'll give you some love if you ever get something worthwhile.
I like that one. That's awesome.
Oh, dude, that's great. Yeah. In my mind, the best ski photography in the world is a photo that would be amazing without a skier in it, but the skier just makes it better.
Really, it's a commitment. It's a commitment to getting up early. It's a commitment to doing the work, to finding the perfect snow. When you're out with someone like Sven, there is no not getting the work done. You're always going to nail a shot with Sven.
I'd say a vast majority of the photos that have been published didn't just happen. They've all been planned. I'll be out skidding in the backcountry doing a recon mission, and I'll find a spot that I think would be really dramatic for a photo. Let's watch how the shadows move across the mountains, and I'll take pictures during the course of the day, and I'll note the time. The day before the shoot, I'll go in and put in the skin track by myself. We communicate, we talk about what the shot's gonna be. We envision the exact same thing. There's no question about what the epic moment in time is, and we make it happen. And I would rather shoot with a few really good photographers that were my friends, because I thought that would come through in the pictures. And then over the last decade, I've formed a prolific relationship with Doran, who's pretty much the only person I shoot with at this point, and that's because he's not only one of my best friends, but I think he's one of the best photographers in the game right now. I think anybody can get a good shot today, so Liam should be okay.
What the hell is that, dude? Yeah, Sven can be really challenging to work with too. As great as he is and as good of a friend, we definitely bicker. There is no doubt about that. You might come in and think, oh, we're gonna shoot it this way and this way and this way, and Sven's gonna be like, no. Here's my X in the snow. And he still does this to me. I'll be coming up a skin track, and he just has a little arrow in the snow, and it just says, shoot here, written in the snow. You're like, are you kidding me? As often as not, he is usually right.
Sven and Liam's dynamic is just the most iconic. They work together kind of just like peanut butter and jelly. And they've gotten so many covers together and so many shots in magazines. And so they just know how each other kind of operates. Kind of like they're like a married couple in some ways.
Having a good rapport between photographer and athlete, I think it's incredibly important from multiple aspects. One of the most important being safety. You don't want your photographer putting you into these super dangerous situations, whether it's AVI or a big cliff that they don't know the landing or whatever it is. And that trust is really what I think brings the work up to the next level.
Yeah. One's money right there. That's Powder Magazine.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
But Sven's journey isn't just about shredding powder and landing magazine covers. Oh no, he's faced his fair share of challenges too. Whether it's battling through serious injuries, navigating the tumultuous waters of the snow business, mourning incomprehensible loss, or wrestling with his own demons, Sven's story is as much about resilience as it is about triumph.
My wife is one of those people that was always happy on the surface. You know, I lost her to a suicide. I think it was really hard for a lot of people, even my close friends, to really process that, and they didn't know how to approach me, how to support me. So, you know, I felt super alone. Quite a while where I felt like I was in a big void. You know, you question, why is this happening to me? You know, after losing my wife, I truly recognized that healing from a tragic loss like that is not linear. You know, you'll have 2 or 3 days where you feel like you're kind of, you know, scrambling and keeping your head above water, and then you have a day where the rug is pulled out from under you and you can barely get out of bed. And I actually remember when it happened, I told both of my kids that I was done skiing, I couldn't do it anymore, that I just needed to be 100% focused on them, and it was my kids that actually told me that I needed to start skiing again, and as soon as possible. But they realized, you know, how much skiing meant to me and said, Mom knew that you loved skiing and she fell in love with you because you were passionate about being a skier and she wants you to continue to chase your dream. And I realized that that was going to be my therapy. That was the only way that I could be so intently focused on something that even for a few minutes at a time I could forget about the situation that I was in.
That looks like some good skiing there. Awesome.
I'm still as excited when a picture shows up now as that very first picture that showed up 30 years ago. That doesn't end. But now I realize that I'm never going to be satisfied. There's, you know, always something else that I want. There's always another image that I want or a cover that I'm chasing. And I realize now what makes me happiest is going out and skiing with my friends.
So yeah, Sven's retirement, I mean, that's been a little bit of a running joke because it's kind of been slowly happening for maybe the last, 3 or 4 years. And this year is officially, he's retiring. Except we're going to Chile and we're going to Svalbard and maybe a few other places. So retirement, yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
I'm really excited that my time is kind of coming to an end. I'm ready to pass the baton to some of the younger skiers and see what they can do.
Me and Sven are kind of like looking at the same stuff. I just really appreciate how he's like coaching me through stuff, even if he's like 40 years older than me.
Instead of just going off and straight and following, you actually want to make... The people that I help mentor or the people even that I manage, what I really try to do is to let them know that, hey, this is a job. But you got to make sure that you really love what you're doing because there are going to be a lot of times that this is more work than it feels like it's worth. But if you love what you're doing, then you never really have a day in the office.
That's a really special thing to be able to like work with someone that shares that similar attitude and just understands what it takes to be an athlete. It's really special to have someone to be a mentor that just understands that and has been through so many years and so many changes.
I think it's really important for these younger skiers to watch Sven in action, watch how he works, notice like the real dedication to the craft and the amount of work that goes into getting like truly A-level work done.
So here's Sven, the man who defies gravity, challenges convention, and reminds us all that no matter how steep the slope, with enough grit and determination, anything is possible.
Open my eyes, 'cause there's nothing that we can't do, and I'll be alright. I feel like I can see clearly, understanding sincerely. My love is dearly, no cloud up love is dreary. Eagle is soaring and lions are roaring. Earth and its glory, we'll write a new story. And the willows are weeping, volcano sleeping. Dolphin is singing and the ocean is healing. My heart is sinking from the cup I am drinking. Rivers will flow and with this world I must grow. So here we go. Feel the sunlight shine. I can see everything. I can see everything. Open my eyes, 'cause there's nothing that we can't do, and I'll be alright. As long as I'm with you. So now we'll sit and we'll talk about the things as we walk. We'll move like hands on a clock, keep finding keys to unlock the beauty of nature. There's something much greater, life that is later.